The Honourable Brian Walker.
Thank you, President. My question, without notice of which some little notice has been given, is to the Minister for Agriculture and Food. I refer the Minister to a media release issued by the RSPCA yesterday, Wednesday 6 April 2022, expressing its grave concerns with the Federal Government's decision, announced earlier this week, to slash the prohibited northern summer period for live sheep export, which will see, in the words of the release, thousands more sheep placed at unacceptable risk of heat stress on long voyages to the Middle East from as early as this May. And I ask, 1. Did any consultation occur between the Federal Government and the WA State Government on the reduction of the prohibition period prior to the announcement being made? And 2. Does the McGowan Government share the concerns of the RSPCA that established animal welfare science is being ignored and the basic welfare of animals degraded on the eve of a federal election, when members in Canberra will have little or no opportunity to scrutinise these last-minute changes?
Minister for Agriculture and Food.
I thank the member for the question. Look, this is an issue of concern. I think it's important to understand that it's really around the margins. It's not a massive change that is proposed, but nevertheless, I think it is a backward step. Since we introduced the moratorium, was introduced, and after a series of horrific incidents right up until 2018, the introduction of this moratorium, plus in a post-Barnaby-Joyce era, the re-establishment of some animal welfare infrastructure at a federal level, we have not had a single mortality incident that has attracted attention. So this moratorium has worked. It has worked to reduce the risk of severe incidents to these animals, and from the agriculture sector's point of view, to reduce the reputational issues that were impacting on Western Australian agriculture from the international coverage being given to these episodes. So certainly our department had made submissions to the Commonwealth and earlier this year, and no one expected a result to come out so quickly, because the review is not actually due to be completed for a number of months. But certainly the department expressed concern about the proposed changes. They do not believe, and if I can just quickly read, we do not agree that the Kuwait port microclimate provides safeguards to sheep transported through the Straits of Hormuz Gulf and offloaded in Kuwait. DPIRD considers these sheep risk suffering heat stress. Offloading at Kuwait does not mitigate the heat stress. And then on the reduction of the length of the moratorium by 2 weeks, going into vessels that travel through the Red Sea, DPIRD does not agree with this, that the data provided by the Federal Department is insufficient to provide confidence that the risk of heat stress is being sufficiently mitigated. I think there are, from an animal welfare point of view and from the reputational issues for our sheep industry, this is not good. Our sheep industry is doing really well. Since this moratorium was introduced, prices have for our sheep and sheep meat have steadily increased, and I am very concerned that this measure now puts into the mix all of this controversy around this industry.